Well, from anxiety about your health to dealing with big crowds and social situations, the pandemic has created all sorts of new fears for many Australians. And with emotions actually being contagious, I didn't know that, it's no wonder more people are feeling more stressed than ever.
But did you know being brave is like a muscle you can train? And with a little expert advice, you can turn concern into courage in no time. Best-selling author and senior partner at Corn Ferry, Dr Margie Warrell, joins us live from Melbourne. Welcome back to the show, Margie. The pandemic has taken an emotional toll in so many ways, but why is it especially impacting our ability to be brave?
Look, the pandemic has really magnified our sensitivity to risk, and our brains are wired to be on alert for potential dangers. And I think, given we've had 2 years now of messaging and real threats, many people are really struggling to discern what they really need to be afraid of from where they should be actually getting back out there and into life.
Margie, so many people are talking about this. I think we're all feeling the same way. But how does Australia, say, compare to the rest of the world when it comes to this pandemic panic?
Look, I think we're going to be looking back on this time and analysing which countries did it better or worse for years to come. I was living in Singapore at the start of the pandemic. I've now moved to the United States. And what I can tell you is that I think Australia was particularly effective at really ratcheting up that fear factor. Obviously, there was a real threat there, but I think many people are kind of living under this long shadow of fear, and there's a difference between fear and anxiety. Fear is an emotional response to a real specific known danger, whereas anxiety is a little more generalised, ambiguous, and we can still feel anxious even after the danger's gone. And so many people are really struggling with this anxiety that may not necessarily be rational.
Okay. What do you think we can do in our everyday life to be more courageous? Would it be a little thing like, I don't know, wearing a G-string on Dancing with the Stars, asking for a friend?
Yeah, look, hey, if that's what floats your boat, go for it.
Millsy.
Yeah, I don't know, Sam. But I think recognise that courage is a muscle, and the more we take action in the presence of our fear, the more we empower ourselves to do more things and to get outside our comfort zone. So start by just train the brave. Recognise, you know, it is a muscle. If you haven't been out there for a while, it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. But just break ranks with your comfort zone. Likewise, instead of focusing on everything you don't want, reset your focus and put your attention on what you do want. Also, talk to your future self. Ask yourself, you know, 5 years from now, what's the story I want to tell? And then start with small steps. Every day, do something that scares you, even if it's just a little bit. And I think, look, some people are just champing at the bit to be fully back into life, and others need to be that bit braver. And I think the more often we just go, you know, I'm going to do something brave today, then it's going to become less uncomfortable over time. Yeah, so it's incremental.
Chip away at it, don't try and do it all at once. Heading back to work, gee, that's a real concern for many people. The mask rules have been relaxed as of today in a lot of places, so we're going to be getting back out there more. What's your advice for returning to work, for example?
Look, I think there's this concept of being lost in the familiar. People will go back to what they used to do every day and go, wow, this feels really weird. Almost they'll get a bit homesick, you know. And I think reduce the number of unknowns. So talk to people about what it's like. Some people have been going to work the whole way through. Likewise, you know, you might want to just start with going back 1 day a week or 2 days a week. You don't have to go back, if you can, you know, all of it at once. So I think also reframe stress. We grow when we're feeling a little bit stressed. Don't see it all as bad. Maybe there's some good growth opportunity for you in this. And think about, how do you be the teammate that you would love to have? You know, instead of focusing on yourself and what you're scared of, how can you show up and be the kind of person that you would want to work with? And it gets your focus off yourself and onto others, and that's always a good thing to do.
That's a good tip.
Great advice. So if someone's watching this right now and they really want to strengthen their bravery, what would you say they should avoid doing?
I would say to avoid any people, places, sources that tend to ratchet up your anxiety. Social media's, you know, most of us are on social media, but let's face it, you know, we live this sort of digital fear economy. You know, fear sells, fear, you know, is where the marketers tend to put their attention. So get off anything, whether it's obviously not the morning show, it is here to inspire people to their best life, right? But just avoid those places and those people that tend to just want to be, you know, the Chicken Littles, the sky's falling down all the time. Honestly, you know, just hang out with more people that make you feel better and braver, and, you know, give a wide berth to those who don't.
OK, Margie, all good advice. Dr Margie Warrell, thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much. For more on being brave and trusting your instincts, pick up a copy of Margie's book. You've got this. It's out now.